if you're watching this right now, you're watching the Evolution Daily podcast right now, then I'm talking to a specific person. I'm not talking to the masses. You are not the masses. You are literally better than the masses. You actually are better just by the sheer fact that you're listening to this. Because I'll tell you something. I know a lot of people that I grew up with. I know a lot of people that I've worked with throughout this life, that their life is in complete and utter shambles, and they don't give a f***. They don't give a f***.
You are now tuning in to the Evolution Daily Podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Evolution Daily Podcast. This is episode 128. Now, if you're a longtime fan of the podcast, then you know we were on a little bit of a hiatus. We returned last week with episode 127. That was good. We had Justin Mark on the show. This week we're joined by Alpha Chad. Alpha Chad's here in my apartment. This is my apartment. If you're watching on YouTube, then you can see this. If you're listening on Spotify, if you're listening on the podcast app, then what I want you guys to do is later or now, whatever you want to do, get on YouTube, Evolution Daily Podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're getting the notifications. All of you right now, click the subscribe button so that way you know anytime that this show goes live, which we're going to be doing every single Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what I really like about having the show back on YouTube is I like that there's a message board essentially for every episode. So before, you guys would really not have a spot to talk about it. You would post in the Facebook group, oh, I love when Aaron brought this up and whatever, and that's cool, but it's like that gets mixed in with somebody's field report, my live video, some concepts, all these different things, versus this, you guys could really comment down below and just be like, yo, Aaron, I fucking agree with you. Yo, Aaron, I fucking disagree with you. You're a goddamn retard. Hey, can I get more info on this, that, whatever? I want you guys to comment down below. And I think soon what I'm going to do actually is I think I'm going to do like a question of the week. And when you guys answer it down below, I'm going to give the best answer a $50 gift card. I think I'm going to start doing that just to really promote engagement. You got to be subscribed to the channel. I'll end up checking to make sure that you're subscribed. I think that would be a fun thing to do. So make sure you guys are here with us on YouTube and make sure that you're subscribed. It's super, super important to make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Now, before I get really into this is going to be one of the better episodes of all time on this show because I'm so locked in. I'm just so locked in right now. I've been completely sober for a long time. I was dying ill about a month ago. I wasn't very public about it because I think sickness is weakness. And so I was very ill, and now I'm better, and I'm jacked. I'm back in the gym just about every day. I'm eating a phenomenal diet of 1 pound of ground beef, 12 Amish-raised eggs, and about a third of a loaf of Ezekiel bread every day. That's what I'm eating every single day. And so I'm very locked in, and I have some shit that I really got to talk to you guys about. Now, before we jump into that, head over to evolutiondaily.com/coaching. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to fill out an application, and I want you guys to take 2022 to the next motherfucking level. It is time to commit to your fucking growth as a man. I committed to my growth as a man. That's what I did. And I've had to do it over and over and over again. I committed when I was 22 years old and I said, hey, I'm going to go out. I'm going to actually start talking to chicks. Hey, I'm going to go out. I'm going to actually fucking go to the gym for once in my goddamn life. Hey, I'm going to actually eat better for once in my fucking life. I'm going to clear up this acne. I'm going to fucking get off the booze. I'm going to switch to just dry red wine and then eventually wean myself off the booze. I did that for almost 5 years of no booze. And right now I'm like a couple weeks into sobriety. I don't really give a fuck one way or another, whether I'm going to be sober or not for a long period of time, doesn't fucking matter. The point is that you have to commit to your growth over and over and over again as a man. It's incredibly important. And right now, if you're in a situation in your life where everything is just bleak, it's just boredom, it's mediocrity, you're horny as fuck all the time, but you have no chicks, you have a mediocre body, a mediocre income, mediocre friends, mediocre hobbies. Everything is just fucking mediocre. And I pray to God that you're at least mediocre. Many of you, actually, all of those things are just completely in the shitter. But if you are at this stage in your life right now where something's got to give, where you need a fucking breakout moment, which you all really are, honest to God, whether you want to admit that you are or not, that's a whole nother story. But if you are ready to admit that you need a fucking breakout moment, then sign up for an Evolution Daily Bootcamp. And the way that you do that, we don't work with everybody. We genuinely don't. We turn down people that have shit fucking attitudes. When he gets on a call, when I get on a call, when anybody in this team gets on a call with somebody who is considering doing a bootcamp with us, dude, they could have all the fucking money. They could even pay a little extra money. And if they're being shitheads and really talking about everything that they really expect from me, and you know, I have to make sure that Aaron's going to do this, Aaron's going to do that, Aaron's going to do this, Aaron's going to do that. Dude, you're already super needy. This is why you don't have women in your life. You're already being a needy weirdo. We've had so many just like weird encounters with guys that are like we had the one guy, I hope he's watching. Remember the one guy who was like, I just want you to know that like, I don't really need this boot camp. Like I'm already like super elite, whatever. Yeah. So basically what I want to do is like, I want to pay half as much as everybody else and then just like come and like hang out on the boot camp the whole time. No. Oh, is that what you want? So you just want 50% off of the boot camp.
Exactly.
We get plenty of guys that don't need it. We get fucking guys that are slaying. They're like showing me their girls. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, what the fuck? And they're just there because they want to take it to another level. They want to see what else the world can fucking offer them, what I can offer them on these goddamn programs. So head over to evolutiondaily.com/coaching. Fill out an application. You're going to get a call with either myself, Alpha Chad, or a member of the team, and we will talk to you about our upcoming programs. I'm not ready to dive deep into it yet, but we are doing a 12-week program. This is going to be a hybrid between weekly group seminar coaching calls as well as a live immersion. I'm trying not to, I don't want to give too much away, so I keep almost wanting to say the city and like some other things that are included. I can't tell you guys too much, but you can find out more about that when you do apply and end up on this call. So head over to evolutiondaily.com/coaching. Now, look, listen up. I made a video the other day in the Evolution Daily Facebook group, which if you're not in, just get on Facebook, search Evolution Daily, and join that group. I made this live video the other day, and I talked all about what I'm going to express to you guys right now in this episode, which is that you have to be thankful for your demons. So the video, you can get on there, you can watch it if you want. You know, it's like another iteration of this. It's called Thank God for Your Demons. And essentially, what I see so much of happening is so somewhere along the line, so much of pickup and dating and meeting chicks and success, it all got extremely integrated with a lot of very soft spirituality, a lot of overcoming resistance, a lot of self-love. It got very integrated with a lot of that. And I think that what so many guys are doing is constantly trying to run from their demons. So you might be watching this right now and you have some addictions, you have some anger inside of you, you have this emptiness inside of you, you have this lacking that you're feeling, and you're always constantly trying to run from that, to hide from these demons, trying to self-love your way out of them, trying to meditate your way out of them, trying to jog your way out of them. You're trying everything to try to not feel these demons, but really what you need to be doing is pausing and listening to what the fuck these demons are telling you to do. What are they telling you? What do you feel? What is the fact that you feel lack in your life so bad? Is it so bad? Or do you feel lack in your life because you fucking lack? Because you lack. So I love some of these people. I love like Hadia, I love Teal Swan, I love all this shit. But you know what? Maybe you're not supposed to love yourself where you're at. Okay? Maybe you're not supposed to fucking love yourself through the process and the journey and shit. Maybe you're supposed to be like, oh fuck, I feel like a piece of shit because every day I'm out of alignment with everything I want. I want a good body. I'm not going to sit here and eat the pizza and love myself during it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm this is part of the journey too. No, you should probably be fucking eating that pizza and self-hating. You actually should be fucking pissed at yourself for being a goddamn pussy. And it's I actually feel like I've wasted a lot of years of my life, to be honest, of trying to take softer routes, trying to go softer routes. And so what I think this all comes down to is you guys have to thank God for your demons. And here's the deal. If you're watching this right now, you're watching the Evolution Daily motherfucking podcast right now, then I'm talking to a specific person. I'm not talking to the masses. You are not the masses. You are literally better than the masses. You actually are better just by the sheer fact that you're listening to this. Because I'll tell you something. I know a lot of fucking people that I grew up with. I know a lot of people that I've worked with throughout this life, that their life is in complete and utter shambles, and they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They're not even stressed about it. They don't care. I know you know these people in Brick. No, they shouldn't. Oh. They're fine. No, they shouldn't. It's actually better to not care. It's better to be a low IQ loser. It actually is. The expression ignorance is bliss is 100% true. It is like scientifically proven that people with Down syndrome that are in like a decent home are the scientifically happiest human beings on the planet. Wow. Oh, yeah.
That's incredible.
Oh, yeah. They don't want. They're not out here fucking wanting to like fuck all these bad bitches in the world and like whatever. Dude, they kind of get a purpose is brought to them daily. Here, we give you this little job and these little things and this little, and they just like live their purposeful life every day. They are so happy. So no, those people shouldn't want more. It's actually pretty nice to be overweight, not make much money, have either a fat girlfriend or no girlfriend at all, and somehow find joy through video games all day. It's pretty nice. I would love that life. I actually would love to like not really want greatness. That'd be really nice, dude. If I could just still be delivering pizza. Bro, I worked with guys that they were at that company for 40 years delivering pizzas. Maybe like 30, but whatever. They don't want more. They're just happy. They got the wife. They're just married. She does this job. He fucking delivers pizzas, and they're good.
It's comfortable.
It's a great life. It's nice. But if you guys are watching this, and there's a goddamn good chance that you don't fucking want that life. So the fact that you are mentally fucked up, and that you are self-hating, and that you're angry a lot, and that you want more, and you get fucking pissed when you don't have what you want, that's a goddamn good sign. There is no high-level achiever that doesn't freak the fuck out. I don't care what any motherfucker ever is going to claim. Dude, I promise you, bet my life on it, Teal Swan is out there freaking the fuck out on people. You've seen her employees come forward about it.
I would not be surprised.
They make these like
butthurt posts?
Yeah, they make these butthurt exposed videos. Teal started yelling at all of us because the da-da-da. Yeah, that's why she's a goddamn winner. Winners freak the fuck out. And I think that I spent a lot of years actually feeling, maybe because of listening to too much of spiritual shit from either, it was like maybe my own teachers or other teachers or books or whatever, almost feeling shame about frustration and anger and like, and you know, like, oh, I guess I shouldn't be that. Like, I should just always like, bleh. No, that's gay. It's fucking gay to be a little floating flower. You should get fucking angry. And so I think that there's so many things that men are trying to attack in their life. And I think that this is the last one you should ever be attacking. is the anger that you feel. Are you incredibly angry about the fact that you have no fucking money? Then use that to fuel your fucking financial gain. Then go out and do something with that fucking anger. So you can either spend 20 years fucking doing deep self-work, and this is what they all do too. This is what they all fucking do. You know, there's these spiritual people that I love. I love a few of them. I follow them. Who gives a fuck? Whatever. Aubrey Marcus. I love these guys.
Yeah.
Love Aubrey. I hope to one day actually join his. I almost joined his mastermind right before COVID.
Oh shit.
He does like 3 events during the year. I love him. I love those guys. Whatever. But these people that I follow, that they do like really deep spiritual work, and they have for a long time, they'll always end up either publicly during it in some crazy mental breakdown, like some insane fucking like, and I was on the floor crying and screaming and blah, like, and it's either like very public in the moment, or they'll just be on their podcast or on a video and be like, now I didn't tell anybody this, but for 3 months I laid in bed and was cutting myself and was addicted to fucking opiates. And it's like, you're like then what is all this for? Then what is all the ceremonies for and all the fucking self-love practices for? Donald Trump's not laying in fucking bed for 3 months on opiates cutting himself. Like, high-achieving people that actually choose to not go into those fucking depths, into those fucking dark, murky waters, maybe you're not supposed to go there. I know people who have done shrooms and it was great for them. I've had incredible experiences on shrooms. And then I know people where like, I don't know if it was the shrooms or not, but they're just like more fucked up. They're more fucked up. Maybe. Yeah, probably.
Probably me.
And I don't know if it's the shrooms or not, but it's like, what do you keep going into the murky waters for? Aren't there truths of life that it's better to ignore? If I sit here and fucking ponder on my death every day, then what? Then the day that I do die, it's more pleasant? So what? I spend my whole life doing fucking Ryan Holiday, like death meditations, fucking, so that way, what? When the day comes that I get hit by a car or shoot myself, then it's more pleasant? So I spend all year,
Thing?
What?
The death meditation?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, man. All these fucking things. Yeah.
I didn't know.
So every fucking day, sit there and like ponder death and like whatever. So that way when the time comes, no, I'll deal with it then. I'll fucking deal with the time coming then. I know a lot of weak people who have died. And if they can handle it, I know I can handle it. I'm better than them. I'm better than a lot of the people I know that died. They dealt with it. I'll deal with it. I'll be fine. I don't need this bullshit. So the point here, guys, is what I'm saying to you is that the advice that most of you actually deep down need is to stop being a fucking pussy. That is the advice that most people need. And this is something that it's taken me a while to recognize. And what's been really helpful for me as a coach over the years is having students, and there's probably been like, I would say 10 now. I'd say there's been about 10 students over the years who have come to me and said something about, dude, I just want you to know, like, give me your worst. Like, give me your worst. Like, I really respond to extremely like mean shit. Like, tell me your fucking worst. Like, if you think I'm being a bitch, like, tell me I'm being a bitch. Like,
degrade me.
Yeah, literally. Like, I've had people come, God damn it. I do forget sometimes this is on YouTube. Fuck. Because all those words are fine on like podcast platforms, but YouTube saying like and shit's like not cool. But whatever, I don't give a shit. Who cares? I don't need this. I don't need any of this. Literally, take it all from me. I'll go buy fucking 10 vending machines and start a vending machine business. I'm fine. So I've gotten a lot of feedback over the years, which is like, dude, I just want you to know, like, be like really harsh with me, be whatever. And I'm just realizing that our society, based on, there's a whole nother podcast. We've done podcasts on this based on the low testosterone, based on, even that low testosterone and lots of other factors probably causing an extreme surplus of men who choose to have children and then not stick around and be fucking father figures in their kids' life and just all this shit. I'm just realizing that more than anything, people need the don't be a pussy message. And this is why people really resonate with people like David Goggins, where that's like his whole message. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, just hard shit.
Yeah.
Don't be a bitch. Like, fucking go harder, go harder.
Yeah.
And it is just even me being able to kind of recognize over the years things that I've done where I was really just being a pussy. I have a great list over here of things I wanted to kind of talk about here. And one of them that I wrote down was I wrote down humans are extremely creative at how we avoid expending energy. So we're extremely creative at figuring out ways to not expend energy and then also to not feel guilt about them. So I know you've fallen into this and I know I've fallen into this where you're doing things that make you feel like you're being productive, but you're fucking not.
I've done that.
You're goddamn
You mistake
not.
activity with productivity.
And deep down somewhere in there, you know. Somewhere deep down in there, you know. Exactly. You're mistaking activity for productivity. You're blurring the lines and kind of trying to make them the same thing, but they're not. Deep down somewhere, you know. So you'll get a lot of these guys that are, huge on books. Huge on books. You know who I like that reads a lot of books? Millionaires and billionaires. You know the people I don't like that read a lot of books are poor people. It's just not, dude, people can fucking tell me your favorite book and then give me like a 30-minute talk on it. You read 400 pages, you read 500 pages. What did you really retain from this book that was so powerful? Honest to God, you're going to get more out of most 5-minute YouTube videos than you're going to get out of any book.
So you're saying reading a long-form book is kind of a waste of time?
Yes.
Okay.
Complete and utter waste of time. And I know that's controversial. You got the Well, even Ty Lopez doesn't even read the full book.
But you know what? You're effective at going on Google and like doing research. I know so many people where they ask me questions where I'm like, why don't you Google these things? Because people don't think to like be resourceful. Yeah. I think a book helps people who aren't resourceful. So in essence, maybe books are better for people that aren't as resourceful.
Right, because all you have to do is convince them to read the book, and then the book is now spoon feeding them knowledge
you from start
by
to finish,
considering
one
the book.
concept.
Right, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. But then at the same time, I think that, there's a lot of companies sprouting up. Blinkist is one of them. I forget the other names, but Blinkist is the one that I see like all these ads for, where it's summaries of these books. So you can, there's one that does audiobooks in 30 minutes or something. So you take a 9-hour audiobook, make it a 30-minute audio. There's ones that do it where it's like the cliff notes of books. And what more do you really need? Now, I will read a book out of enjoyment. The Art of Seduction, for example, it's so beautifully written, and even Power, actually. They're so beautifully written that I actually do enjoy reading them, almost as if I'm reading fiction. I enjoy the stories.
Yeah.
I enjoy all the stories and those sorts of things. But for the most part, it's, again, another way to avoid actual real-world action. So this happens with pickup. So many guys tell me a story that is totally opposite of mine, where I discovered game and literally within 24 hours was out in the field. I'm very open about the fact that I had to get wasted when I started game. I don't give a fuck. I already was an alcoholic, and so I kept being an alcoholic and then going out and at least just, hey, this is my friend Zorn. Hey, what?
So even before that, you had your thumb on action.
Yeah, it's from sports. It's from sports, man. You got to put your kids in sports. You really have to. It's super important to put your kids in sports.
I'm only laughing because you always say this.
It's so goddamn important. If you, I mean, look, it's, if you guys are watching this, you've already lived a life where you weren't in sports. That's great. That's fine. But put your child in sports. Even if they tell you they don't want to play sports, you force them to play sports. Because the reason they don't want to play sports is because they're being lazy. They're thinking, well, I'd rather spend that time. No. There's a lot of time in the day. You got a whole summer of no football. You got a whole year of like no football. It's only like fucking 4 months out of the year or something. Plenty of time to do art or whatever the fuck. And so through sports, you get taught over and over and over again the rewards that come from hard work and action. You do so much. Dude, I was like 12, like throwing up because they'd make us run so much. But then, dude, like after that, then you'd be bear crawling, you'd be doing tackle drills, you'd be doing Indian runs where you have to run in a huge line. So you're all jogging. Imagine there's like 20 people, right?
Sure.
On the team. I don't remember how many there were, and imagine that you're running, you're all jogging in one line, and then the way that it works is the person in the back has to now sprint to the front of the line.
Oh, fuck.
And so now you're the one in the back because the last one just did it, and so now you're doing that over and over again.
Wow.
So most of the time, because it's only, so basically 1/20th of the time you're sprinting, and then the rest of the time you're just jogging that whole line. But it's insane. And so, I mean, I remember that, and then being forced to mow the lawn, I think is very powerful. I think you need to make your kids do yard work. And if you don't have a yard, let's say you live in a city, you need to make them do something like that, because both of those things were extremely grueling under the extremely hot heat. But then, dude, you're walking back to like your parents' car or the bus after a game or something, and like you feel it. You feel accomplished. You feel good. And now game time comes, or you got a coach who's just like, hey, good job out there, Aaron. Good job. Keep going. Smacks your helmet. You're just like, yeah, like coach likes me. You know, you're bonding with the other guys on the team over your guys' like hard work. There becomes similar to what I experienced in pickup in this city actually is there kind of becomes a rift between the pussies and the hard workers. Actually, there becomes a rift. It becomes very clear, like you're kind of bonding with the other guys that like you guys are the reason for the win, and everyone knows like, you know, the quarterback now knows that like you as the offensive lineman, you know, time after time he kept seeing somebody trying to attack him and seeing you block him. So it's like you're all just working in this symbiotic unit. And so you develop that teamwork, you develop that fortitude and kind of that bond over working so hard. This is why I think that even to this day, it's like some of my best friends are guys that I've gamed with over the years, because we developed this bond through constantly fighting the ego, through constantly working incredibly hard, staying out later than we really needed to stay out. And just working hard and having failures, having triumphs,
Building that teamwork.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Yeah, it's a very big deal. So it's I think that what it is you, back to what I was saying a minute ago, is that humans are incredibly creative at finding ways to not expend energy. And then we've gotten so creative that then we've actually taken it to another level where we are finding ways to not expend energy, and we are convincing ourselves that we're doing the right thing, that we're doing something well. And so there's many, many examples of this, but I think ultimately you have to eventually have a day come where you do feel the feeling of being fed up. You feel the feeling of just being so frustrated, so fed up, so angry. You don't try to bury that. You don't try to run from that. All you do is try to go through it. You try just to push through that anger, through that frustration, use it as fuel, and actually accomplish the things in your life that you want to accomplish. You're extremely upset right now that you have no women in your life. Get a therapist, get a spiritual coach, read books, do all this stuff to just be okay. Read The Art of Loneliness by Teal Swan. You know, is that what it's called? That
Anatomy
book?
of Loneliness?
Anatomy of Loneliness, right. Like, do deep work on being okay, on being alone. That's great. It's fine. Or just get a girl. And now, like, fucking, who gives a shit? Now you're fine. Are you supposed to be okay with being alone? What's the anatomy of loneliness teaching you? How to be okay with being alone? That's fine. I mean, humans are, so what? Teal Swan's going to put out a book called The Anatomy of Loneliness, and then she's also going to make a whole video on how, like, our greatest human need in all of life is community and connection with other people. What's the difference? How does she reconcile those two?
It's been so long since I read the book. I think honestly, I feel like with the spirituality meets the action and actually getting girls, I think that it's supposed to reach that point where you shut up and you just face your demons. I think that's where spirituality. I think it's those woo airy-fairy kind of spiritual people that take it the wrong direction. I think Teal says action is the highest spiritual state. She's always telling people, like, you need to face your shit.
Yeah.
And I think action and facing your shit is one and the same. I think that's where it kind of reconciles.
I think where it reconciles is that pretty much anything but action is completely pointless. I think that just about anything but action is completely pointless. So, yeah, like all the whatever the fuck, like all the deep work and all this kind of stuff, it's all great. Or I think you can just take action and now you learn all of those lessons through those actions, through the failures, through the triumphs, through all of that. And I just think, man, I can't even put this out. I can't even put this episode out. I don't want to talk shit about Teal Swan, dude.
Well, we love Teal.
I love Teal. I fucking love Teal.
It's fine.
I love Teal. I feel bad that I'm like attacking that, but it's just I think that I've been in this headspace for the last few days, especially because I was talking to a mentorship student of mine, and he was talking all about. I made him actually write down how pissed off he is that he's struggling with chicks. I made him write it down. I made him write down how angry he is.
I like that.
And then I made him actually write down and then send me photos of these. Then I had him write down, how's it going to feel when you actually just do have chicks in your life and you've overcome this? And so I had him do both those, and he was like, wow, that really like lit a fire up under my ass. Like he loved that. And then during our call that we had, I told him, he was talking about how it's been really affecting his self-esteem, that he's going out often and not getting results and stuff like that. And so we were kind of talking about what so many people would recommend to him, which is, again, just that we'll be okay with it. It's part of the journey and this and that, whatever. And I'm like, or get really angry. And not all angry action is going to be brute force. Not all angry action is going to be like running out into the field and fucking just going crazy and like, whatever. No, people have had their relatives murdered. People have had their countries conquered, their fucking armies destroyed. And they've felt such a deep, intense anger that nobody could ever manage. But they were able to, similar to I use this all the time. I use this metaphor all the time of Cyclops in X-Men, where without the goggles, there's one scene where they get ripped off of him, and it's just like it's just blowing up the world around him,
right.
just pure destruction. But then with the goggles on, he's able now to like focus that anger basically.
Yeah. And
so there's people that they take that anger and they sit down and they fucking strategize, and it forces them to actually be smarter and to work harder. And so I was telling him, I said, dude, the anger and frustration that you're feeling and that you wrote out and that you're experiencing right now, I said, this is good. This is good. Because like I said, and I've even met guys that got into game where they're going out like with me over and over again back in the day, not getting any result whatsoever and never caring. Just never really caring, which is okay. It's fine. I don't ever want to force somebody to care. That's what a lot of people get wrong too is I'll make a post or I'll make something, and I get this at least once, maybe twice a week. Somebody on some platform says something to the effect of, man, like getting laid just like is not like that important. It's like not that okay.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck yeah, man. That's great.
Yeah.
I would love to also not care that
There's
much.
millions of guys that care, Dick.
No, he's not even. It's like it's fine, but it's like then I'm just not for you. If you have an incredible career right now and you never want to start a business, and then you're gonna comment on Gary V's vids, not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur, Gary. Okay, he'll tell you that too. I'm telling you guys, like if you truly don't have a very high sex drive, you're really satisfied. You do have a mediocre looking girlfriend and she's cool and whatever. Like, live your goddamn life, man. Don't ever have me tell you what you should care about. However, if you're motherfucking here right now, then I'm going to tell you what I care about and what, in my experience, so many guys actually do care about and oftentimes will secretly care about. And then luckily we're in this world where I think vulnerability is very respected in pickup, which I think is really important. Vulnerability is very, it's encouraged and it's very respected, I think. I remember being in high school and I would never want to tell my friends, dude, like I just have a huge crush on Melanie, man. And like, I don't really know what to do about it. Cause like whatever, I would kind of have like a guard up of just like, I want to fuck Rachel. Like I just want to fuck, whatever. Whereas like through pickup and in pickup, I remember like having like really deep talks with Wings and shit where just talking about fucking, Lauren breaking my heart or like fucking whatever. I remember like me having a crazy situation with a girl a few years back and like I'm just like crying in front of like my roommates over at the other house and just like, I don't know, like it really encourages vulnerability, which I think is good. And so in that way, I'm able to encounter a lot of men who will probably in certain situations in their life put up that guard of not giving a fuck of whatever, but then coming to me as the pickup coach and saying like, yeah, dude, like I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of it. Like I go out, but then I get discouraged. I go out, I get discouraged. I get to hear these things. So I get a real good insight into what the masses are really feeling, what people are truly actually experiencing, which I think is very important.
No, that's cool what you said about that. Vulnerability is more in pickup to share things about women than it is to share with like your friends that aren't interested in game. They might clown you for saying you like some chick or something. So that's interesting. Yeah,
it is. So how long have we done so far?
37 minutes.
Okay, nice. It's a good amount of podcasting so far. So listen, guys, straight up, you're listening to this right now. Maybe you're fired up. Maybe you're pumped. Like, fuck yeah, it's fucking evolutiondaily.com/coaching. I'm dead ass serious, dude. Like the programs are getting better and better. My coaching is getting dude. I probably had like 6 or 7 mentorship calls this past week where, and just like each of them, I'm just like, fucking, it's just, I don't know what's happening, man. I'm just reaching like a different level.
Good.
I'm just reaching a new level. I think it's this apartment. I think part of it is this apartment. I don't know if you guys know or care, but this is a new apartment. You guys might be able to tell. I no longer live with Alpha Chad. Alpha Chad lives in our other house. I'm paying for 2 homes, and so that way I can live here in this palatial estate, and he can live over there. And I think that was something that I needed. Was to live alone. I think that's been really helping me out a lot. I think this building too just gives me like a different energy that I need. And the content creation, that's a big deal as well. That house, it's like we established, even by talking to that old black woman, that house is hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
Or like over 100.
Yeah.
She's like, I was born here and I was born in this home in 1927.
That's crazy.
Literally some shit like that. And then she said that I think her mother was born in the home too.
That was our next door neighbor.
Yeah. And these houses are clearly like the exact same. Like they were made at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, and so that house, it just wasn't, it was fun. It was a good house, but it's not the energy for content creation.
When you're a content creator,
I didn't enjoy bringing girls over there.
Yeah.
I had a girl over here 2 nights ago that, they all, not all of them, but it's often that these girls will have a similar reaction, even walking in like that main lobby. They're just like, wow, my God, this is like so cool. And I'm like, yeah, it's like whatever, just fucking like bring them through. It's lit. It's good. It's good for my energy. But I do just feel as though I'm reaching a whole new level. I think freeing myself from a lot of dead weight that I had been carrying on to for a long time. I think that I've been much better at setting boundaries with people. I'm very quick to cut people out of my life now, which I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying getting losers out of my life, and really anybody that slights me in any way. I pretty much immediately eradicate them from my life, which has been freeing. It's been very good. I now have no family.
Oh no!
They slighted me at the holidays.
They slighted me.
I have no family. I have one friend. We don't talk often because I fear that if we do, then they'll slight me and I will have no friends.
Oh no. Damn, dude. I'm
so
sorry.
life's good. Life's good. That girl slighted me the other night, so I beat her in the. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my
I'm
God,
playing.
what is happening?
I'm kidding. I haven't really cut anybody out of my life.
Don't slight this man, I guess.
Don't fucking slight me, man. But listen, guys, evolutiondaily.com/coaching. We've got Las Vegas coming up mid-March. That is the spring break spectacle. The spring break spectacle that's going to be absolutely a game changer of a program. We have a couple spots left for that, not too many. And then, like I said, guys, we will be announcing a 12-week virtual / in-person immersion hybrid program. That's all I'm willing to say right now. If you're a man who is you are fed up, you resonate with what I've said, you've been angry, you've been frustrated, and you need direction. You need to actually be able to guide that anger and frustration, use it as fuel. It's as if your car is dead in the driveway right now and you've got a gallon of gasoline in the backyard, but you're blindfolded. And so you could make that car drive, but you've got the gasoline, but you don't know what to do with it. So you're just frustrated. You're running into the tree. You're running into the fucking fence. And then here comes Daddy Aaron Alexander to just remove the blindfold. And now all of a sudden that fucking anger and that gasoline goes straight into the fucking car and you blast off. That's what the fuck I'm here to help you with.
Yeah.
Is to fucking blast off, dude. I swear to Christ. I mean... And I love just getting some of the shit these guys fucking. I'm about to pull up testimonials, man. Some of the shit people just fucking tell me, even just through text and shit, like my mentorship students and stuff.
You send me some, and I'm just like, it's amazing.
I like you to see these every once in a while because a lot of the times you're the one that closes these people, and I want you to see kind of where they're at.
That's cool.
I should send them to you more so you kind of even see a little bit more of like where they're at. So this guy, I mean, this dude, he's fucking an hour in Zoom. What does he fucking say? Let's see. Well, it's so long. It's like the longest testimonial.
Book.
Yeah, it's so fucking great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This one is a little harder to read because so this is the first one that's like popping up when I open my phone, but he lives in Israel. He speaks fluent English when we talk on the calls, but then he writes in Hebrew because all of his friends and family are in Hebrew. So it's like kind of hard to really read the testimonial perfectly because it doesn't directly translate, but it's just so incredible. I just shared it in the group in the Evolution Daily Inner Circle, which I'm going to change it to that name. But the point is, guys, is that you need to step it the fuck up and do some coaching, bro, because it's just, life is short, man. Life is short. And I look back at 22-year-old Aaron and I just say, like, I'm just so grateful. Because I know people that I grew up with. I know people in this life who we're the same age right now and they're still just as stuck as they once were, right? I live in an incredible, beautiful home and I have 2 homes. I'm like Drake. I have 2 homes. I could just go over to your house right now if I wanted to. And
we could have a sleepover.
Yeah, I still have a key. Sometimes I do go in there at night when you're sleeping. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, it's not that I'm not trying to brag about these things. I just have worked so hard. And this was something I also made a little video about the other day, which was I made a video about how guys they do get upset and they get frustrated sometimes about their lack of results in one area or another, but they're never really putting in the work. They're never putting in the work required. So I look at what some people might, you know who really pisses me off about this actually is my mom especially, dude. Uh-oh. My fucking mom will make some little comment about how I've got plenty of time for some things. Something like that. Because in her world, I just like make a little video and like, that's it. And then every once in a while, like I'm in Miami and I'm in Vegas and like my life's just a fucking vacation. Right, it's just like, right. And so it's like, I made this video the other day about how I'm just in this beautiful apartment, and then I had this Latina chick coming over that night, and how we were gonna fuck like animals. Then she did come over, and we did fuck like animals, and I just talked about how I see so many guys that they just want that life, like they just want like I'm not saying I'm fucking top dog out here, but I got a beautiful apartment, I got these girls coming over, we're fucking, they look at my beautiful place. And it's like people want that life, but they don't do what's required. They just they don't do what's required. And I'm like, this is why you don't have it. So in order to do what's required, you might need some goddamn assistance. How's it gone so far without coaching? How's it gone so far without assistance? How's it gone so far without working with me on fucking 5 separate 1-hour calls, homework throughout the week, forcing you to check in with me throughout the week? How's it going so far? Maybe it's time to try something new. Oh, you don't keep yourself accountable in any way, shape, or form? Not at all? Maybe it's time to try something new. I got a student, this is a great one for me to pull up. I got a student who fucking, just a couple days ago, we did an amazing call, and he's telling me all about how right now he's just absolutely like not doing any approaches. We talked about the tension, the physical tension that he feels. I gave him a crazy supplement stack to relieve the physical tension that he's been feeling, because so much of approach anxiety has nothing to do with fear of failure. That's a complete farce. It's complete bullshit. It's all about physical tension, actually. And so I gave him an amazing supplement stack, and he sends me this. On a double date, a girl started flirting with me over text, and I'm with her and her sister. All this to say, I ordered a gin cocktail. And this was a guy that was not approaching at all. And the reason why he said the gin cocktail thing is because I told him that he's got this physical tension that's kind of always in his life, and he's using alcohol to try to cover up that tension that he's always having in all of these different social situations. So I said, you can only drink when you've earned it by going on a date. That's it. I'm not forcing anybody out here to go sober, but you can't sit at home alone and drink. You can't hang out with your buddy and fucking just get plastered on a fucking Friday night. No, if you pull a girl back to your house or you go on a date, then you fucking drink. Then you earned it. And so this guy, struggle. And even during the call, I'm about to make him do a fucking whole testimonial on just that call. Because even during it, he's like, holy shit, this is like so good. And he's a repeat. He's done coaching with me in the past. Yeah. And he didn't say this, but I could tell that it was blowing his mind that even though he's done coaching with me in the past, how much further the coaching has gone now. It's almost like there was probably a part of him that was like, yeah, it's going to be good for the accountability or whatever, but I don't think he put together really how much further I am, and so therefore how much further the coaching is from when he did it like 2 years ago. So look, guys, all I'm saying here is step it the fuck up and do some goddamn coaching with me. And I used to feel shame. I used to feel, oh, you're trying to like sell too hard. You're trying to fuck whatever. Bro, fuck off, man. When we have fucking Bill did my fucking one-on-one boot camp in Santa Monica, texting us about how he's fucking married now to the girl that he approached right after, who at that time he was texting me and being like, dude, I met this girl right after that boot camp, immediately after. We're in Thailand now. I'm fucking trading crypto. I like live with this chick now. We're traveling the world. She's Russian. She's super hot. And now when you're following up with him a couple weeks ago or a month ago or something, he's like, I'm married. Yeah, I'm going to fucking push hard to sell you guys to find you motherfuckers happiness, because you won't find it your goddamn self. You won't fucking find it your fucking self, man. I've got the fucking shovel, bitch. There's gold. It's right there, but you don't have the shovel. You just don't have it. I'm the shovel. I'm the fucking bulldozer. I'm the fucking, that thing with the big claw that lifts dirt out of the ground. What's that thing called?
The excavator.
Yes, I'm a goddamn excavation fucking master. That's what they call me. So look, you guys got to step it the fuck up. All right, now let's move into some more value instead of just pitching. How long have we done?
About 50 minutes.
50 minutes. Sign up for coaching, you fucking bitch. Okay. All right. I want to do a fake Aaron Alexander caught on hot mic. You know what hot mic is?
Not really.
Hot
like
mic
it's just on, but they don't know.
They accidentally left it on.
That's funny.
Yeah, so there was one the other day where Fauci, he got caught on a hot mic. Like he thought it was off, and he's like, "What a moron! This guy's such an idiot." He got caught like doing that. I want to pretend to get caught on a hot mic. These fucking don't fucking do anything. Okay. What else did I want to talk about here? I wanted to bring up, this is a whole page that I thought we were going to bring up, but we've really only talked about 2 things.
You had a lot.
Yeah, some of these are from some calls I did just the other day. Let's see. So, yeah, I wrote a lot about, I do not want them to be able to see whatever was on the back of this. You should have told me there was shit on the back of this.
I had no idea. I can't even read that from here, man.
whatever. We're gonna have to look, and then you might have to fucking blur the back of this paper.
Okay.
Inconsistency, being on the hamster wheel. Some kid coming at me about my patience.
Is that just like that had to go in there afterwards?
Well, yeah, there was this kid in the Facebook group the other day that was like, God, what did he even fucking say? Just something about like, you need to have more patience with your students. Like, isn't that part of like being a good coach? And I'm like, and I was like, no, your fucking mommy can have patience with you. Your fucking best friend since grade school can have patience with you. Nobody's paying me for patience. Nobody's paying me to get you on my boot camp and have you fucking, by the end of day 3, feel like comfortable enough to approach. And like by the end of the mentorship, you're going to have done an approach. Like no one's paying me for fucking patience. So that was something I was going to rant about, but I'm choosing not to. It's possible you'll never love yourself.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's true though. That's a good little way to kind of like finish this out.
Okay.
It's just sort of back kind of on the and that this will kind of keep us on topic and on theme throughout all of this podcast. This one's going to go up this week, by the way.
Cool.
So it's basically what it comes down to is, again, similar to
we're talking about spirituality and
yeah, no, I know what I'm wanting to say. Yeah. It's similar to what I was talking about earlier about how I do think that there's levels to this. There are levels to this. Is there maybe somebody out there listening or just out in the world, are there people, we all know that there are, where they were like beaten as children, like fucked up lives and like just crazy traumas and stuff. And yeah, like, dude, I'm not saying don't do therapy, don't try to like love yourself. Like, I'm not saying don't do any of that. But what I always tell guys is that a lot of my teachings are, I'm teaching people what you should do 51% or more of the time. Okay? So for example, I always tell guys, if you invite a girl on a fucking date, you pay for that goddamn date. You motherfuckers pay for the fucking date. If I see one more conversation out in this fucking bullshit, gay-ass fucking pickup sphere of like, what do you guys do when like you're trying to save money on the pay for the date? Stop being a fucking bitch. And then you get a couple guys. You get one or two guys, they comment, I've been splitting dates and like it goes really well. Actually, I have the girl pay for the first. Great. Okay, that's great. In the aggregate of 100 dates, then that's not good. It's not good to do. 51% of the time or more, you should be paying for dates. So that's what I'm going to teach. So what I'm here to say is that if there are 50% of people taking action and 50% of people that are just like doing really deep work on this and that, then what I'm saying is that it really should be like 5% of people are doing like crazy deep work and shit. And that most people are using it as a way to not expend energy, to not actually face the real demons, which is the fucking girl with her tits out and her fucking nipple piercings poking through her white shirt at fucking Standard. That's the dragon that most motherfuckers need to be facing.
Yeah.
Most motherfuckers need to walk into a bar, scope out who they think is the hottest fucking girl in the bar, and they need to go up to her and say, hey, I'm Tim. Nice to meet you. What's your name? That's the real fucking dragon in the cave. Not the body keeps the score. Put down the body keeps the score. Burn that book and go find the hottest girl at the bar tonight and go up to her and put your goddamn dick on the line and just say, hey, I'm Chris. I think you're really fucking hot. I had to come meet you. That's the dragon that most people need to be facing. And so, yeah, if your fucking life has just been goddamn insane, whatever, get some deep fucking work. Do your thing. I don't care. But the point is that all of this time that we're all that so many people are trying to spend with trying to just be so mentally sound and the self-love and all of this stuff, maybe and I'd say this is more likely, actually, you're never gonna fully love yourself, especially if you are any level of a high achiever. If you are any level of a high achiever, yeah, maybe you'll you can what does love mean? I love my brother. I love this dog. I love the office. I love things. Like you can love yourself, but maybe stop trying to chase this reality that you've created in your head, that other people have created in your head. Oftentimes bullshit ass teachers trying to kind of make you feel as though this reality exists, where every day you wake up and you're just so grateful for the sun on your face and the life that you have today. And you move through with peace and grace and love, and fucking money flows and life flows. And you go to bed and you're grateful for your pillow, and you wake up and you do it all over again.
Yeah.
Maybe that's never gonna fucking happen. Maybe no matter what goddamn level you get to, you're gonna want more. And if you are a high achiever, then you're gonna want more. Why did Trump not just stop? He could have stopped forever ago. He could have put his companies in the fucking hands of the kids and of these other people, and he could have said, I've got a supermodel wife, I've got a beautiful family, I'm just gonna be a billionaire from now on. He could have done that for the last 30 years, but he kept going and wanted more. Julius Caesar wanted more and more and more. Tesla, all of these greats, Henry Ford, Cornelius Vanderbilt, they wanted more and more and more. And they were probably never, Trump probably never, and none of these people ever, were probably ever just waking up every day in love and grace and just being happy. Because oftentimes, regardless of what anybody will fucking tell you, happiness can come from material goods. It oftentimes does come from material goods. If you're having to walk around every day in shoes that hurt your goddamn feet, or you can afford some really comfortable shoes, that fucking $120 bought you some happiness. I think it bought you some goddamn happiness. So the point is, guys, is you might self-hate for the rest of your life, and that's okay. All of this podcast is really here just to say that action really is the answer to 99% of your issues, and that through action, you can accomplish more. You can be an incredibly better version of yourself. One of the things that makes me so passionate about what I teach and what I do here is that I don't even know why. I guess maybe because I did it, but I am obsessed with the idea of I love thinking about a 40-year-old. I love thinking about a 40-year-old whose life is shit. Maybe you guys are watching right now, you're 40, and your life is fucking shit. You're poor, you're in debt, you're poor, you have no women, your fucking body sucks, everything. I'm obsessed with the idea that in 2 years, you can just be a radically, wildly different person. I love that. I love it. I love that you can just fucking use this anger, use that frustration, transform through alchemy that apathy that you feel right now, that depression that you feel right now, that hopelessness that you feel, transform that through alchemy into hatred, into anger, into fucking frustration, and have it and turn it into fuel. And have me, remove the blindfold so you can pour the gasoline into the fucking car. And you can just, there's no human in the world that's going to go to the gym for the next 2 years and has a moderately decent diet that won't have a significantly better body. Go to the gym 4 times a week, even if 2 of the workouts every week suck shit because you're just tired, you're not feeling it, you don't even really know what you're doing, and have a decent diet, and in 2 years, you can look completely different. Right now, your testosterone is extremely low. Do extreme research on boron, on ashwagandha, on maca, on diets that are good for testosterone. Get your levels tested again in 6 months after doing that for 6 months. Zinc, vitamin D3, do all that. And if it's not, then get on TRT. You can just be better. You can just choose it. It's literally, being better is just a choice. And we complicate it so much, but it's literally just a decision. I'm just going to choose today that 1 year from now, I'm going to be a wildly better version of myself. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up there. evolutiondaily.com/coaching. If you want to be a wildly better version of yourself in 1 year and you need a little fucking help, then fill out that application. You're going to get on a call with me or a member of the team. We're going to talk about where you're at right now, where you want to be 1 year from now, and then we're going to talk to you about the program options that we have that we think will be best for you in order to get from where you are now to where you want to be in 1 year from now. And again, you can be a radically different fucking person. I mean, it's possible. I've seen it time and time again. I've done it. I've seen it. It's so fucking possible. And so I get frustrated when people just don't make the choice. Make the choice. Peace.